Welcome to the Tone Jerks podcast. I'm your host, Brian Gower, and with me today, not Kyle, he'll be on the next one, but I got another guest this, help me out this week. I got, Mr. Eric Merrow.
Hello, this is Eric.
Of, what, ELM Effects?
ELM Effects, yes, or ELM, whatever you want. I usually refer to it as ELM, but you can do ELM too, that's fine.
You have the pedal demo podcast that I was listening today, and somebody said, oh, you're from ELM Effect. I'm like, fuck, I have been calling it ELM Effects the whole time. I feel like a real fucking dipshit.
No, you shouldn't, because it makes so much sense.
And then YouTube. You got a YouTube channel.
I do have a YouTube channel. There's so many things going on.
You got a lot of shit going on. How's it going,
I do. Man? It's going. I wear a lot of hats.
There you go.
Wear a lot of hats. But it's going.
You're spinning a lot of plates over there. I just want to say, first, thanks for joining me.
Well, thank you for having me. I'm happy to fill in for Kyle. Mm-hmm. I look forward to hearing him back on the podcast.
Yeah, he's settling in over there. We did actually a test just the other night, so we're looking good. We got that going. So I think he'll join on the main one back again next week. So
sweet.
He made it safely. He's there. He's getting the humidity in Austin is a lot different than in San Diego.
Yeah, I feel like the shift. I went to Houston, mm-hmm. and it was miserable. Yeah. Just miserable.
Well, it's like in Oregon, I guess it doesn't get that. I guess it.
I mean, it's pretty moderate up here. I'm from like the Ohio, West Virginia area, mm-hmm. so like I'm used to like super humid and super hot, but out here in Oregon, it's pretty mild. Yeah.
But he's learning like, wow, it's weird that it's raining and then it's so humid outside. It's like, what the fuck?
What is this rain?
Yeah, it's like just a difference because in San Diego, most of the houses here don't have like AC.
Yeah, because like that sucks.
Well,
I guess if you don't need it, then
you mainly need it in like a few weeks total of the year.
Okay,
and then you can get by with fans. All right. So, but like places like that or like Arizona or something like that, you have to have AC or you're fucked.
Yes.
And this is just me talking out of my ass, but I'm assuming. That's why like people's like, you don't have AC? I'm like, we don't really need it. Yeah. It'd be nice to have because you'd be like, oh man, I want to live in a fucking fridge.
Yes, that sounds great to me.
Yeah, I want to be like that and then just like, a snowman and I'm like, oh, it's cold. It's like fucking middle of summer. I'm like, oh, damn, I got to put a sweater on.
Yeah. That sounds perfect, honestly.
But anyway, Eric, what's new with you? What's shaking, what's grooving, what is good?
Oh man, so many things. The podcast. I started up a podcast recently called the Pedal Demo Podcast. So I'm kind of like getting. It's a new aspect to the stuff that I'm doing. Like you guys have done it for a long time, and like you've got your kind of like flow ironed out. So I'm just kind of ironing out my process of like, because I like to talk to people like you do, like we're doing here. So I'm just kind of like ironing out how I do that, while also, building pedals for ELM Effects, making videos for the YouTube channel, and just all the stuff, just all at once. So it feels like I never stop working. Yeah.
Well, it's good to be busy and doing shit. And
I love it, and I mean, I chosen to do this,
but it wasn't like this is what you have to do. Yeah. But no, it's fucking sick. I did. I was like I had mentioned. I was like listening to the podcast. It's a different take. So the Pedal Demo Podcast, you kind of go into like more in depth with the builders and creators of pedals about specific pedals. Yeah, and not even just like, hey, tell me the story of it. How did you get into this? Well, I had a boss that I decided to mod, and then I kept doing it. And then now I'm doing it. Okay, cool. And then on the next episode, so I was modding a boss, and then I decided to keep doing it. Well, I decided to just start modding things. Like every goddamn pedal, like from the get-go, I'm like, I like that you're doing something different. Yeah. It's like, okay, let's kind of a little bit backstory and then also talk about specifics of a pedal. Like, and then you do the demo of it.
Yeah. It's been fun, and people seem to be liking it, which is awesome. And yeah, like you said, like each episode focuses on a different pedal. So like if it's pedal. Like I just did the Loma Prieto with Alex from Copper Sound.
Shout out. What
shout out.
Yeah.
Shouty. But we talked about the Loma Prieto specifically and like how they came up with it. So and then that's the first half of the episode. The second half is just me playing it, explaining everything. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I've gotten a lot of good feedback, and
it's a cool format. It's definitely something different because I think I'm not much for like I'm not good at interviews type like giving them or whatever. And so if people want to be guests on our show, I'm like, I'm not gonna interview you because like go find it fucking on, somewhere else. The people who know how to do that type of shit. So like Guitar Knobs know how to do it. Tone Mob, Blake knows how to do it. So I'm like, go on those ones and listen to their episode. On ours, we're just gonna talk about whatever topic or whatever.
Yeah, just listen to me ramble.
Exactly. That's the move, man.
Yeah. I think that's about it new for me. Like, I mean, I'm sure there's so many things, man.
Well, you did start building pedals, I guess, this last year. So how'd you get into that? Did you start like modding Boss pedals and
Yeah, so I had a Boss pedal and it stopped working.
I liked it.
And I modded it.
Yeah. Let me tell you my story.
Then I just kept doing it.
So, yeah, exactly. Oh shit! Tune in next episode for this person who has the same fucking story. Well, I felt like I could do the same thing.
I could do this.
Not to disparage that, but sometimes it's like the same story.
Yeah,
man.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of people get into this stuff the same way. So I mean, it makes sense.
I was kind of just kidding. I think it's really cool. So you initially came at, I don't know, with it. Was it it was for Lefty Guitars, right?
Yeah. The initial one, initial like, yes, there we go. It's like processing.
Yeah.
Yes, the Canon. That was under the Lefty Guitars Daily name, which is an Instagram page that I run. But what I found was like, yeah, there's another hat. That one's on the other hat rack.
Well, it's good. Good, they're all stylish though, so it's good.
Oh, I'm wearing so many fedoras.
Yeah. Fender fedoras.
My Fender, yeah, that's right. Shit, I'm on
my pedal.
Oh god, no.
Erickson, good boy.
Oh, I'm Lefty Guitars Daily.
Then,
there we go.
Yeah, and then you kind of
what I found was that like people who liked my demo videos and like my channel bought the pedals more than the Lefty Guitars Daily people. Mm-hmm. So I kind of just rebranded and I wanted to continue offering that. So I created ELM Effects. And as we stated before, we were talking about this earlier, it can be ELM or ELM because my middle name is Lee. Yeah. So it's like my initials spell ELM.
That's what I thought. I was like, oh, that makes so much sense. It's like, to me, it was like JHS. And I every episode I've been saying ELM, and you've never corrected me. And I'm like,
I don't really care.
Yeah, it's like, call me whatever you want. Just, don't call me late for dinner. It was like a fucking at work one time. Like when I first started like a job, it was like, there was an associate there. I always just read her name, and you can see it on a name tag. I called her Jean for like 5 months to her face. Yeah. Jean. She spelled her name Jeanne. To me, that looked like Jean.
Okay,
it's Jeannie.
Yeah,
that's how you pronounce her name. And Jean, I'm like, why didn't you ever correct me? I'm like, I was calling you the wrong fucking name to your face.
So she pronounced it Jeannie, and you were calling her Jean,
and everybody called her Jeannie. I'm like, I thought it was like, oh, it's a cute thing of like, I was like, oh, Tommy or something like that. I'm like, oh, that's what I thought. And I'm like, yeah. And she's like, wait, is your name Jeannie? She's like, yeah. I'm like, why didn't you ever tell me? She's like, I didn't really care that much. I'm like, I felt like a fucking asshole.
Going around saying your name wrong.
Like, yeah, it'd be like somebody just mispronouncing like Brienne or something. I'm like, my name's Brian. I wouldn't let that shit slide.
I'm gonna start calling you Brienne.
It says, look here,
I'm not going to.
Look here, motherfucker. Push him against the lockers at work. Look here, motherfucker. Yeah, it was just like, that's what I felt like with, I'm like, it's been months. I've been calling it ELM Effects.
I mean, that's how you read it on the pedal too. So it makes sense.
Am I gonna call it ELM EFFE? That's you're trying to like. Oh, Brian, it's cool. It's fine. No problem. ERIC. That one took a while.
Thanks, man.
Like to like in my head, I'm like, how do you spell Eric? It's like dumb. I felt like a dipshit for sure. But ELM Effects. Anyway, so you're we're I have one. It's we're gonna do a video. We got an idea for that.
Yeah.
Are you? I mean, you only have. You only just started, and I'm just gonna ask you this dumb question: are you planning to add more effects and more pedals to the lineup?
I mean,
it's now ELM Effects is a thing.
Yeah, exactly. Like ultimately, the answer is yes. But like right now, I'm just focusing on like telling people about it getting the interest up. But like ultimately, I would like to add more and have like a more complete line, at least more than one pedal.
Yeah,
but nothing like right off. Like I don't have anything in my mind right now.
Yeah, it's not something that's like, oh, I just started this, and I'm already. I don't know, some people could be like that. I'm already thinking about the next one, kind of thing.
Yeah,
but it's like
lots of people are actually.
You get the you get started, and you're like, okay, let me just establish myself, and let's get this going. Because it was originally, it kind of like seemed like a special one Instagram kind of thing.
Yeah,
and then now it's like, okay, it's a company. It's like there's podcasts and YouTubers who do like one-off pedal runs or something like that, something special. Mm-hmm. I know like 60 Cycle, they do it's been maybe a 3-run type thing of like their 50/50 pedal.
Yeah,
but it's like
that's
not
right.
60 Cycle's company. They're going through Pelican Noiseworks.
Yeah,
so it's like, I don't know, that's to you're actually starting a company and doing that. So I would assume that it's like, oh, we're gonna do something else.
Yeah, but that's the plan, the long-term plan at least.
You don't necessarily have to. Like look at 1981. They're still going strong with a DRV.
That's
for
true.
Like fucking, I don't know, 20 years. They've been running that shit into the ground.
At least 20.
Do something.
I think 30 actually.
It's a cool pedal, but it's like, I wonder if like maybe the hype has gone up. I don't know if the hype has gone up from that one.
I don't know either. I got to play one for my rat video that I did. I did like a history of the rat, and then in that video I explained the history of the rat, and then I like transitioned into showing like new takes of the rat.
Yeah.
And the DRV is kind of like based on that sort of circuit. So I got to play one, and it's a pretty cool pedal, honestly.
Yeah.
It's like, I mean, it's not like a mind-blowing, all-encompassing distortion or anything, but it's a really good sounding pedal.
Yeah. It's not like it's not as good as the Skybridge, huh?
Oh yeah, not as good as. I was on the Culture Guitarist, and they just called it. They didn't really call it, but they were like, I didn't want to say it's just like a DRV clone. And that was the joke.
Yeah.
Like, no, it's not.
Look, you piece of shit.
Listen here, guys.
Like, I'm gonna find out where you live.
Send me your address. I'm coming over.
Yeah. Oh, right away. Send it to you. Like, send me your address so I can beat your ass.
I can come up.
Harass you. Sure thing. Nice. Yeah. So, you staying busy, getting a lot of things going.
Yeah, definitely staying busy. Trying to just, grow the channels, the Instagrams, the YouTubes, all that stuff.
Yeah, definitely a big fan of your YouTube channel, all the stuff that you're doing. And
thank you, man. Thank you.
Yeah,
you yourself have been diving into to YouTube.
Yeah, it's something I bug the shit out of you about stuff all the time and things that I'm learning. Cameras are fun.
Yeah, I was just about to say, like, honestly, I'm like happy when you text me about stuff, or like when you're like, hey, what about this lens? And I'm like, ooh, I get to nerd out about video gear. This is cool, because usually it's just pedal talk.
It's like the gif of the cat with the keyboard.
Yeah, exactly.
Just going to town. But
let me text back all this stuff about nonsense numbers and like, what the hell is this?
It's like, oh, this camera is like not the same as this one, even though it's like, what the fuck is full frame and cropped? I'm like, God damn it.
Just when I thought I was like understanding this shit.
I think I kind of got it. Actually, no, you don't. No.
Not quite.
Yeah. But I mean, I'm stoked on it. I've been consistently for the past like 3 months been doing one video that's non-podcast a month on the YouTube, and that was the goal. So I'm going to keep that going. Maybe I can bump it to 2 a month, like every other.
That would be
week.
Yeah. I'd watch.
But I'm digging it. So I'm kind of getting a flow down. I think for me, sometimes it's just staying motivated.
Yes.
And like,
yeah.
Because when I actually like, hunker down and work on something, I can get it done pretty quick, as opposed to when I first started. As opposed to like editing a video, because I already know what shots. I know when I recorded it, I got good takes. So I just got to go through my crap, a ton of footage. I'm like, that's the one take. So far, the way I shoot is like, I kind of get the takes that I need, and I, start, stop, or whatever. So it's not just like 1 hour long that I got to break up.
Yeah.
So that I can find
100%.
it. So if I'm like, I need to go through like 5 1-minute takes, that's easier than like, let it run for an hour.
Yeah.
And then find them.
Yeah. I used to do that. Like run it for an hour and then quickly, you're on the right track. Then.
Yeah, because I'm like, that's such a big fucking file, and then to have to load it and like anyway. So I'm just when I do hunker down and just get things into work, and it's kind of, is that just saying motivated? Is that like the thing, or just like, because sometimes after work I just want to fucking chill.
Yeah, I totally understand that, and like sometimes, I mean, recently even like I went through kind of like a burnout thing, like where I was just constantly making and posting stuff on YouTube and Instagram, and like it wears on you. I love doing it, but like the one thing that I've found for me, the most difficult part is actually starting the filming. Like I have all these ideas about like what I want to do, but I just need to make myself start it. Like I need to make myself set up the lights and the camera, and then just sit down in front of it and hit record. Like that's the most difficult part for me right now.
Well, recently, I guess it was in the past year or so, you moved, so you actually have your own like room spot that you do your work in. So you do the videos in, you do the playing, you kind of have it as your video editing, photo, whatever. It's all in one room now, whereas before you kind of had like an apartment, right? You were sharing with your wife. And,
exactly.
Yeah. So it's like, okay, we got, this half the room, kind of like the Brady Bunch style, taped down the middle, and you got like, all right, this is my room. That's your, you don't touch on my side.
You stay on that side of the line.
And you got the old pooch over there zigzagging and knock things over.
Oh yeah, he is.
You sent me a video explaining something. It was funny. The dog just like sniffing and wagging his tail, bumping into shit. I'm like, yeah, that's good.
That makes sense. Yep.
yeah, that's what they do.
That's what he does. It's so like he knows that like I'm talking to someone or like talking to the camera, and he'll come to my door, my office door, and it doesn't latch quite all the way. So like he'll push his head in.
Yeah.
And then just bust in on me like filming and like start whining at me.
He's just Kramer style busting.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. But you have your own creative space now, and that's kind of, is that like even setting up in that spot is still kind of a bitch, or
no, it's not as much of a hassle. I still need to like, I mean, it's
just like a mindset thing?
It's definitely a mindset thing. Like I've got my light stands all set up. I don't have to tear them down each time. But it's just a mindset thing of like, okay, I need to do this, and then I need to follow through, like start. But yeah.
Is there like a big process of like leading up to a video of like you were, like, okay, I need to come up with the idea, and you kind of, lack of a better phrase, storyboard it out, or you kind of just like, I'm just gonna fucking wing it?
I used to storyboard stuff. Like on my older demos, I would like write out the script and then like voice it over. And that was before I was on camera talking. As I got on camera, I researched all the I researched, like if I'm doing a demo, I sit down with the pedal and I figure out what it does.
Yeah.
So like once it comes time to record like the talking portions, I've got the pedal pretty well figured out, so I can deliver that on camera. But like for the rap video and more history based stuff, or more involved projects, I do have to like not really. I don't script out anything anymore, but I will outline stuff, like if I need to hit a certain topic or a certain info point.
Yeah. No, I get that. I think it's just, for me, sometimes it's just like the act of like doing it all. I don't know how long it takes me to do a video start to finish yet, because it's just spread out through several days over like several times that I do the shooting. I do the, like, if I do a video where I make a song, that's sometimes the biggest part. Because if I'm creating a new song for that thing that I haven't written, I got to write it. Yeah. But if I can just pick, like, oh, here's an old plain song, I just re-record it. That's the easiest, but it's also like, I don't know how, like, much I want to do that. Yeah. Although I should just fuck it. I mean, so like Fluff.
Just do it.
Fluff uses the same fucking 5 songs every goddamn time.
Yeah, he does. He'll recycle stuff.
I'm like, oh wow, that sounds exactly the same as the fucking last one. Which he's really good at. Making everything sound exactly the same. Yeah. So what you have here, I mean, I only did light EQ. I'm like, oh cool, you have like FabFilter Pro Q3, some $300 fucking plugin, and then you just scoop all the shit out. I'm like, yeah, so it sounds like everything else. Good. Yep.
Did you see his Tom DeLonge video?
Yeah, it didn't sound. Yeah, it was not. Not good.
It was you tried and you got mostly there, kind of.
It was just not good at all. I was like, dude, you just like play like right over your, like, you just It's like when it's like, you know, people go Kobe and then just miss the fucking, not even hit the rim, not even the backboard. It falls like through like 6 feet out. It's like Kobe.
Nailed it.
Yeah. And then people are like, and then whatever. It's like not like he's trying to do anything except just get views. And people are like, this fucking sucks. He's like, whoa. And that's exactly what you want is interaction.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
But no, like I think that's my thing is motivation.
Yeah. And okay, so we need to backtrack because like we've just been talking about me. Yeah. What's been new with you? We're still in this section.
Oh, yeah. Let's see. So I got some I don't know, music stuff, I'll start with non-music. I did feel pretty good about myself yesterday. I added a shelf to my, bedroom studio in big quotations there. And I saw
pictures of this.
I love the shit out of it. I'm going very much of like, I don't know, it's super like stereotypical, but I love that, the gas pipe kind of thing. Everything, gas pipe or like live edge for wood. That's it. Everything, the whole thing on the gray. I'm loving the shit out of like my room setup now.
You are styling.
It's just like, so I got that set up yesterday. And it was mainly like, I'm way too excited for what I'm using it for. It's just all like my anime figures that I didn't have room for.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is so sick.
This is awesome.
It adds a vibe to the space.
Were you using the aperture like mini light?
Yeah,
right?
I have 2 of those, and I think I'm gonna buy more. I love the shit out of those little aperture mini RGB lights. Yeah. They're magnetic too. So you can attach them to things. So I was like, I can attach them to like for videos. I was using them, I think, on like the couple of the latest ones. Like in the background, I have my background RGB, so it's kind of like adds a little bit of like texture because it's like, oh, that's kind of something cool going on in the background. Whereas like I get white light on me, so I pop out. People, listeners, like fuck. It's all like fun video stuff. I just like playing with lighting. I think is the biggest thing, but those aperture minis they're expensive when you say it, like $100 for how much they do and how much they add. It's so fucking awesome.
Yeah. And so aperture, real quick, nerdy video tangent. Aperture made their name for like making like really high quality stuff for like a fraction of what the equivalent of like the name brand stuff would be.
Yeah.
And it like right now it's still pretty expensive, but it's not nearly as expensive as like the upper end like cinema line stuff is.
And that's what I didn't even know that. I assumed that aperture like a 120D is the cinema level stuff. Because that's what they use, right?
It's essentially now, yes. But before it would be like I don't know, like Lowell and Airy are big names in the cinema line, and like their stuff is like extraordinarily expensive.
Yeah,
and there are a bunch of other ones like Kino Flows is another name, but like Aperture busted on the market, and they're like, hey, you have all this like super bright light, great, color, and it's like what $750 or something like that.
Which is still
you get
a
diffuser with it. Yeah, it is. I'm not saying it's not. It is.
Yeah,
but comparatively,
which would be rad to have one of those. But I'm like,
I know,
hey, come on, $750 for a goddamn light. And
my buddy has 2 of them, and I'm excited when I get to use them.
Yeah, but yeah, so I got my little setup going, and I think I should be able to maybe this weekend film the rest of my studio glow up studio tour video.
Oh,
so I was doing like
studio glow up.
Get that. I'm shining, baby. It was like kind of the tear down of the old room, and how much, to me, I think it makes a huge difference of. Now I have more usable angles of like my room, and just of like how much like paint and like a new desk can really change things. Yeah. And
did you film any before? Like, do you have footage of like your old space before you like took everything out?
Yeah, I have some photos that I was doing as I was painting, as I was tearing things down.
Okay, nice.
As I was like breaking apart my desk, and then just kind of show, and then I want to kind of do a tour, because I've been so nerding out about like the, I don't know, studio tours and like desk setups and stuff like that, even if it's not related to music. Like on Instagram and YouTube especially, it's like my algorithm has now changed completely. Like you can watch one video and it changes. This one I don't mind. Then my YouTube algorithm has now changed to like all desk tours, desk setups, and showing that. And I was talking with RJ. He's like, "Oh man, I love that shit too." We just been nerding out about stuff or sending. I think I like some Instagrams that he also does. He's like, "Oh man, you're into this shit too," kind of thing. And I'm like, "Dude, I love it." But
yeah, RJ sent me a couple pictures when he moved into his new place and set up his desk.
Yeah,
with like wall shelves, and it looked really good.
Yeah, and he's doing a different type of thing where it's like, he's going iPad only on his setup, and he's kind of like, okay, how, like, his is a very minimal setup, so even smaller than mine, he's able to make it work. And if you think of like, it's like, it's cool to just see those different things and how people work. And YouTube has like sent me like, they just suggested videos of like, studio setups and studio tours, and I'll watch these videos. They're small channels of like maybe less than 100 subs. I'm like, how did YouTube is like pulling? It's like, and I'm like they're doing a good job for that.
Yeah, definitely.
Because I don't want to watch I got like, I don't know, you could watch one thing. I'm like, oh, like something mentioning like photography, and then I get like all like not like, it's like vloggy type things, less like about photography. I'm like, oh, good. Yeah, okay, that's exactly what I wanted. Oh, here's nature photography. I'm like, or like, here's wildlife. I'm like, what the fuck? Okay,
I don't want that.
Yeah, whereas this one I don't mind, of like the desk setups. Like, they always clicked on one. I'm like, oh, let's watch this. I thought it said like 100, 13K, and because that's just what I'm like. Oh, click on watch it. I'm like, wait, no, it's 113 views total on this video. Nice. I'm like, well, I gave him another one. Yeah, so give him a thumbs up.
And you like the video. Yep. Or hopefully you like the video.
Yeah, it's fun. So that's kind of, I think that's this weekend. I'm kind of all set up in my space. There's a couple more things I want to add, but nothing 100% necessary. I'm definitely digging the vibe of it. Digging, it's like, you have it. It's like, you want a place that you can, feel comfortable creating and doing stuff in,
Yeah. Oh, for sure. So, and like having that sort of, like, I was going to say support, but having that space where you can feel creative is very important. Like, when I moved into this space, it was cool because I have a whole room, but the walls were blank. Yeah. So like I had to build a shelf for all the pedals, and I ended up putting pictures on the wall, like of like actual photos. Yeah. So it just felt not like an empty white room. Yeah. just to spark a little bit more creativity, or make me feel a little bit more comfortable.
Yeah, it's just like, I don't know, something funny with like just stuff like that, because I don't post a whole lot on my personal Instagram, but when I do, like, it's like, I'm like, oh, here's like something, maybe a podcast, or I was doing like the whole painting of my room and maybe my desk or whatever, and just like coworkers who like follow me, but I don't really post it a lot, and they don't either. They're like, oh, Brian, so are you ever gonna post a picture of your finished room? They're asking, because it's something that can kind of transcend multiple, like, I don't know, like if you're into studios, you kind of want to see setups. If you're into like gaming, you want to see setups. If you're into like just your office, you want to have a nice setup. You like furniture. You like having like just your like I don't know, your home. And that's kind of like a big thing of people nowadays. It's like, oh, what's inspiring for your home? And that's like, for, I work like at like a housewares, store. So I'm like, oh, kind of like, it's like, wow, that's a really cool, setup, or like cool desk. Where'd you get it? I'm like, Home Depot. Like, what the fuck? I'm like, yeah, because I can't afford anything that we sell. But
Trader.
Yeah. And it's cool because people are even just asking me like, are you ever going to post a picture of it? Because I saw you painting. It looks nice. I'm like, all right. So, I think people, at least like friends, they're like, oh man, they're like happy with it. They're like, oh, that's cool. You never know how much paint can change. Anyway, that's the...
You got to do the glow up cribs edition.
Exactly. And then it's the biggest thing. It's like, oh man, that room looks huge. I'm like, nope, that's a wide angle lens, baby.
Oh yeah.
That's what that looks like. You take 2 steps and you're on the other side of the room. It's like, oh shit. But as far as the music goes, I did, this past weekend, we started recording drums for Just In Case.
Nice.
And so it came out well. Brian Rash did a really good, he fucking crushed it. This is 5 songs done. We did like 1 day of setup and testing, and then he just kind of banged it all out.
Just ran through them all.
5 songs, in 1 day. And I was like, damn. So,
that's intense.
Yeah, he had a couple parts. There's like one song that was kind of it's definitely like, I'm like, dude, that's gotta be like, that's how the song's written. So it's tough because it's like the drum beat is kind of like, it's a double time thing, but it's like a, and it's like changing between toms. He's got 3 toms and he's like going.
Okay.
So the snare and kick are keeping going, but his toms he's doing a beat where he's like, duka, and he's going back and forth between these. I'm like, that's so confusing. Jesus Christ. But he's really fucking good and he nailed it. He kind of was hard on himself, which is good as a performer. And he nailed it. I'm like, damn. And then it's like this double kick thing, because for Just In Case he plays double kick, and so matching up with like a 6 8th notes, and then he's doing like the double time, and he goes into like 8th notes, and I'm like, to match up with the picking, and I'm like, that's so confusing. I don't know how his brain does it, but he got it down to where he's like, he's like, the double time like beat on the snare and hi-hat, and then the kicker is doing the matching. I'm like, fuck.
That sounds confusing.
And it's like at like I think 120 BPM or something like that, so it's pretty quick going double time like that. I'm like, whew, he knocked it out.
You're like, I'm gonna play bass over here.
And
cool.
Exactly.
Cool.
I'm like, I'm playing just one open E.
I'm staying with the E.
And
what's the key of the song? I'm just going with that note.
But yeah, so the focus right, got that back, and it's working. It was working,
Nice.
And when we first, yeah, exactly, because when we set it up on the day before, we did the testing and everything. It worked out without a hitch. Got all the mics placed and stuff like that. And we're still recording in his garage, but we got a lot of good sounds before, and now we even know the space a little bit better. But we set it up the day before, so we can just come in 10 a.m. and just knock it out. And then what we for my setup, I have the Claret 8 pre, and then I have the Octa pre from Claret going optical out into the Claret. And
so you have an extra like 8 preamps?
Yeah, so 16 total at my disposal there. And it goes optical cable out, and I'm like, oh fuck, I forgot it. And so I borrowed one of Brian's from his like stereo, because it's just an optical cable. And then I was like, okay, cool. So I brought so I'm like, oh, I have 2 of them. So let me just I throw them in my bag. Just so I always like leave them in there. I'm like, oh, let me bring it. And so we replaced it with my optical cable, and then the whole system wasn't working. I'm like,
oh no.
I'm like, whoa, no, we just did this. We just did it yesterday. And then, so I'm like, no. No. I'm like freaking out, and then like going back and forth. And I'm like, oh God. And we're both him and I are trying to go back to see like what changed. I'm like, it's that cable. I'm like, there's no way it can be the optical cable. No way it can be. And I'm like, so I switched to my optical cable, like the second one that I had. It still didn't work. And then he's like, hold on, let me get mine again, and set it up, and it worked.
Oh, so both of yours are bad?
Yeah. So I had 2 bad I'm like, it's just like the cheapest part of the whole fucking setup.
Yeah. It'll just
it
take
couldn't
you right to the
communicate
ground.
to it with the settings that I had because it had to rely on one being the anyway. It was such bullshit. I'm like, it was like 15 minutes of like stress, and I'm getting, that teetering level of like stressed, unhappy, pissed, and I'm just like, ugh.
You're about to Hulk out.
Exactly. Oh God. And anyway, so luckily it worked. And
Nice.
So now I need to buy new optical cables, and they're so cheap. You can get them for like $5 or whatever. So I'm buying like 3 or 4 of them.
This ain't gonna happen again.
Exactly. But yeah, no, yeah. So we did that. We added a couple more mics than we did last time. So we added a mic underneath the snare, whereas before we just had Biodynamic 201 on top.
On top. Okay.
And so we added just a 57 on the bottom of the snare, just to kind of catch that's, I don't know, shit that Brian was mentioning when mixing. It's like, oh, it would have been nice to have that.
Yeah.
And then I added SM7B for a crotch mic, just because I've been seeing that's what people do. I've never seen that except for like YouTube videos.
I heard you talk about that, and I haven't tried it yet, but I'm curious.
I just did it because I'm like, we didn't have it before, so let's just try it. And so far, Brian says he's been mixing and kind of just his drum track so far. There's scratch guitars, but he's like, I'm just mixing it. Like, dude, it sounds huge. He's like, it made such a difference.
Okay.
The other thing that he added was a sub kick kind of thing for his kick drum, because he has his Beta 52 inside, like you normally would for like the mic hole of a kick drum. But he's been wanting a sub kick. He's like, oh, then I'm like, I didn't have money to buy one. He didn't have money to buy one, and more time. And then we're like, so he was like, you know what? I heard that you can just get like a speaker and wire it backwards. Kind of, to be a sub. So he went to like some thrift store, found like a sub for like some home theater thing. Like it was actually the sub. He's like, oh, that's good because it's low frequencies.
Yeah. And
he was like, kind of like Googled how to do it. And it worked. Like it worked out really well. And
hell yeah.
He was super stoked with it. I'm like, man, just hearing just like boom, 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 boom. Like it's like, yeah. So you don't have to try and get that frequency like through plugins. You can just get it through.
Yeah. And
he's like, it costs him like, I think $30 or less or something like that, just for all the parts and just like an old speaker from so I think he bought a soldering iron, bought all the shit, and
Nice. And that's got to be helpful because like trying to balance, like when you're recording kick drum, trying to balance the punch of the kick and then like the resonance of the drum is really difficult. Like you were saying, like you have to like EQ it, or you have to know exactly what you're doing, which I don't do, or I don't know. Yeah,
I don't really, but Brian seems to he's got it down, he's got it going, and he said it's good. So I'm taking his word for it that he's happy with it, he's impressed with it, and he's kind of the one who, it's his own drums and he did it last time, so he kind of knows his way around mixing. And he said like we did the right thing this time by adding the sub, adding the under the snare, and the crotch mic actually helped out a lot. And then this time I used my AKG 414 in omnidirectional mode, so it's like kind of like figure 8 mode, so I was able to pick up more of the room.
Okay.
And yeah, I'm pretty stoked on it. So, besides the initial optical cable, it kind of went off without a hitch.
Nice. Like, I'm excited to hear those when you guys get them released.
I'm really excited too, and Adam is kind of more excited to like dive a little bit more into guitar tones. We used my Axe 8 last time for the single True to This. He kind of just picked one tone. He's like, I just went that the whole time. But he's like, kind of want to try a little bit more. He's like, I kind of felt a little bit more reserved on the gain. I should have had higher gain stuff, because I was like, oh, I usually don't play that high gain. Like I didn't want to have it sound too metally. I'm like, okay, you can be a little bit more adventurous. So we're trying to do that this time, and so I'm excited. I'm excited to kind of like be able to like have a type of recording that's all in house. If I can do it and we can do it and make it sound like a good fucking product that we are happy with, then that won't stop me from doing more stuff on my own. If like I want to do like, which I eventually want to do, is like get like another project going. They're like, cool. The obstruction isn't going to be like cost for going to a studio. It's going to be me writing the song. you know?
Yeah. 100%.
But yeah, that's kind of it for the what's news, I guess. I'm pretty good week. It's good.
I'm glad to hear that.
But yeah, it's a long what's news. We're Riff City, baby.
Yeah. Oh, baby.
All right, let's get to some topics. What do you say?
I'm in.
Okay, so this is one that I'm kind of stealing from a buddy, Will Lehue from the Just Surprise Me podcast. He had just gotten a new piece of he's got a new guitar. Is the guitarist from Mariposa, the one from the what's the Mars Volta guy?
Oh boy,
he was. I feel like such an asshole.
Omar Rodriguez Lopez.
Yes. He got one.
Wow.
He got one of those. Very cool looking guitar. Even if I'm not I'm not that I don't like him, but it's like I'm just not a huge fan of the guy. I don't really know any of his stuff.
Yeah.
Mars Volta, at the drive-in and stuff like that. And then Will was like, oh, he's a big fan of that guy, big fan of the bands and stuff like that. And then he had mentioned this to me, and it's a really, I think, good enough for like a topic. Him and I were kind of going off of it, because he likes Mars Volta. He's like, what was a band that maybe flipped, the script for you? Really kind of like shook you up, like not to be like, this is my favorite band, but I'm like, maybe it kind of changed you in a way of like your playing or how you thought of music or whatever. It really opened your eyes to something. What's like one band that you can really say that to, and why?
Yeah, two different ones come to my mind
for sure.
Do you want to do it like alternate?
Sure, if you want to go, and then I got one, and then
okay, yeah, cool. So the one that comes to my mind initially is Green Day. And I learned about them. It had to be when I was in like middle school. Yeah, I think. And I think Warning was just about to come out, so it would have been 2000 or 1999, one or the other. Yeah. But like up until then, I was listening to like new metal type stuff, like Korn,
Limp Bizkit.
Hell yeah. Got to get down with the biscuit.
Still, actually, some of that shit's pretty good. Still,
I know. Whenever I pick up a bass, I play Rearranged.
Yeah,
just like by habit now. At this point, I don't even think about it.
When I first learned how to play that, I was like way fucking stoked.
Yes,
but it's like it was a one song that like, you could play on a 4-string that you didn't need the 5th. They do like
just think about it. And that was our rendition of Rearranged by Limp Bizkit.
Yeah, acapella. Nobody asked for that.
No,
ever.
Nope.
Oh fuck. Yeah, but yeah, okay. It was Green Day, huh?
I was listening to a lot of that style of music, and my friend I think he played me, what is it, Going to Passalaqua, I think that's how you pronounce it. He played me that song, and it kind of like just shifted my mind, and it instantly clicked. I was like, oh, this is awesome. You could have like aggressive sounding music with like really catchy melody lines. Yeah. And like just the blend of everything really, really hit me hard. And they're my favorite band even to this day. Yeah. It just like that, getting introduced to that. And then I fell down the Green Day hole from there.
Yeah. And that whole style of playing, I think, is like, it's easy to kind of like break down and get into, but to like do it yourself and do it really like well and unique is hard.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, 100%. Like you can imitate it for sure. Yeah. But like putting your own spin on it is more difficult.
I think that's one of the biggest things of that whole pop punk era and like the I don't know, the pop punk craze of the 2000s or whatever. I know it was big here in San Diego. Everybody fucking had like Dickie shorts and like Stratocasters down to their ankles. And
yes, I had the Dickie shorts, 100%.
I still need to get another pair of those and just rock them. Like fucking, I'm bringing back the khaki Dickies, dude. That's what I want.
It never went away. Never went away.
I think I wore, like before they like gave up the ghost, I wore like a pair, because I'm pretty much just like black kind of skinny jeans or like slim fit jeans. That's it all day. And so like one day I think I busted out a pair of like Dickies and like Converse, and somebody's like, Jesus Christ, was it laundry day?
Well, first of all, rude.
First of all, fuck you. Second of all, fuck you twice.
And third of all, yes, it is laundry
day. Is it like, what is this, like, 2002? What the fuck?
Glory
A
days.
coworker she was about my age, so she knows that little look and stuff. She's like, "What the fuck? You're not a teenager anymore, you moron." It's always there, dude.
Oof.
Never died. Sideways trucker hat.
Yes.
Or sideways fitted. That's SD fitted was what it was.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, no, totally. That's definitely like yeah, pop punk and Green Day for sure were like my thing. Like I was kind of always into that from the beginning.
Okay.
And I was into it for a long time. If it wasn't punk or pop punk, then I was just like, no.
It's not good.
Like, yeah, it was like, basically like Les Paul or a Strat into like a Mesa stack or a Marshall stack. That's it. That's it. No pedals. If you do, you
don't need pedals, man.
It's a crutch.
Yeah. The only pedal you need is the switch from clean channel to distortion
exactly
channel.
And you had to make your cleans because every song had to go bling 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 bling, strumming a clean part to like a distorted part.
100%,
which is you would never need that. I never need that now. Never.
Well, you're doing it wrong now.
Exactly. It's like it was the dumbest idea, and it was always everybody did that. And some like to me, I'm like, no, I didn't. I never. Anyways, I'm like now I don't change channels on anything because some of them only have one. But at the time, it was like that until I like really, and it could be like even like Fat Records pop or punk bands and stuff like that. Epitaph punk band. It was all that kind of thing.
Okay, so that's just like where you started.
That's where I started, and then the band that kind of changed it for me was Gaslight Anthem.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
nice.
It was like totally weird for me because it was like I don't know when that like or how that happened or when that became a thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. It was okay. I think I just listened to him once randomly.
Mm-hmm.
And then ever since then, I really started watching like videos of them, and then when I finally started like seeing them live, I'm like, it's like the playing was different, and then the gear was different for me. Like as a guitarist in a band, like that's when I really started to be like, oh, I should be playing combos.
Yeah,
low wattage combos.
And like their whole thing was kind of like a punk rock kind of like aesthetic, I guess, or like attitude, but like they were playing different kind of music.
Yeah, it's like
more like classic rock inspired music.
Yeah,
I guess.
A lot of more open chords.
Yeah,
and then the use of more melodies and effects and like light gain, I think was the big thing.
Yeah,
of like if they had drive, it wasn't like gnarly,
No, yeah, unless no, usually it wasn't gnarly.
No,
I was gonna say like unless the part specifically called for that, but
yeah, never really was. If it started getting it more into fuzz towards the end of like Get Hurt and shit like that.
That's what I was thinking of. Yeah,
but it was never really like high gain like chugs like you would get from like New Found Glory or like Blink or something like that. You think of like I just always think Mesa Half Stack. That's got to be pop punk.
Yeah.
And like Homegrown, all this shit like that, and really, I know, right?
I haven't thought of Homegrown in so long. Sorry,
Kings of Pop was a jam for sure.
Oh, such a good album.
Yeah, but it was like that was my thinking, and then like seeing that, I'm like, what? Like Telecasters, Jazz Masters, AC30s. I'm like, what? And then like they would play like Fender Tweeds and shit like that. Like almost never did they have stacks.
Yeah,
like you could tell.
I don't think they ever. Well, maybe they did.
Maybe, yeah. I kind of once they got big enough to do like the 59 sound and stuff like that. That's when he really went to like Tweed amps and stuff like that, or like an AC30 and stuff like that. Yeah, and it was like, oh, you'd see some of the similar guitars of like a Junior. I'm like, oh, Green Day would play a Junior, but like through like 8 Marshall stacks.
yeah.
Or to be like, oh, it's like he's playing a Junior into an AC30. And to me, I'm like, oh, the lighter gain is what I really got out of, Gaslight Anthem. And it's like really like, you could like it just shines more of your guitar playing, and that's what really like helped bolster that idea was like Gaslight Anthem. So not that they changed the word that groundbreaking, but I think as far as gear and approach to songwriting, it really changed me that way.
Nice, yeah, and I mean like even when you were just saying like the lighter gain kind of leads to more of your playing shining through. Like Green Day kind of went that way too.
Mm-hmm.
Like as they've gone on, it's almost like now, or I don't know about now, but like it was almost at one point where their guitars were just clean pretty much. Mm-hmm. Maybe just a tiny bit of gain, but they kind of went through that too, like where they're like P90s and then lower gain amps.
Yeah, it'd be like a small tweed combo, like about to explode, as opposed to like a high gain Marshall.
Yeah.
And then now the way I look at things, I kind of am completely changed. Now I'm going like all like modeler route. But the way I get my sound is like I like higher gain, like not super high gain. I think gain on my amp is maybe about noon, maybe 1 o'clock if I'm getting a little crazy. But I'm going really, really low output guitars.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, I'm able to get the amp to kind of do its thing, but I have the clarity through the pickups that I get. And so maybe I have higher gain because my pickups are so low. Mm-hmm. You know, if I have...
That was one thing we were talking about. I was like, your pickups are so low output. And you mentioned the fact that you don't want to clip the digital portion of your rig, which I was like, oh yeah, that makes a ton of sense.
Yeah. And I think because I had that like kind of, and then even I say it all the time. Johnny Water from Daredevil, he had mentioned he plays Filtertrons in his band. And he's a big fucking fuzz, just loud, fucking like 50, 100 watt, trainer, or he's got his Marshall like stack. And then he's like, I don't want like to clip the pedal. I want the pedal to do the work or the amp to do the work.
Yeah.
So that's why he plays Filtertrons, which are about like 4K output or 5K output, similar to the Crystal Palace, which is 5K. Yeah. And people play it and it's like, this feels like a twangy telly pickup because it's like bing ding 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 ding.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
so much high end.
Yeah, exactly. I love it because I can get it out of my setup. But you put my guitar into other people's setups, they're like, yeah, that's different. I think I had
yeah, that's different.
It was like RJ played it. He's like, that is different. Like he's not gonna say it's bad. Even if he did say it was bad, I'm like, oh, that's fine. It's mine. More for me.
Exactly.
But I just want more people to play my guitars thing and be like, what the fuck is this?
Why does it sound like this?
So I think Gaslight really like helped me like look at different avenues as far as gear goes, and I'm not necessarily going down that route anymore. Because to me, I'm like, oh, I like higher gain stuff, or with these low output, I'm like, yeah, I don't know. It just kind of like opened my eyes to a little bit more gear, and they definitely use effects more, and I'd say them in maybe tandem with Angels and Airwaves and stuff like that, introducing more effects into your playing and stuff like that. But what's your second one?
So the second one for me, in a similar fashion, so like I dove into Green Day, all the pop punk stuff, like Blink, of course, and that kind of like evolved into like the emo music of the early 2000s, like Taking Back Sunday, My Chemical Romance, the Used, that type stuff. So I distinctly remember one of my best friends ever, Adam. We were in a Walmart and I was like, dude, this was before like iPods or iPhones. Yeah. I was like, dude, I'm in like a music rut. Like what should I get? And like he was the type of dude who like had an encyclopedic knowledge of like all music. Yeah. And he was like, okay, dude, I think you should get this. And he pointed to Breaking Pangea's Canon to a Whisper. Yeah. And so Breaking Pangea is Fred Mascherino's band before Taking Back Sunday. Yeah. And in that record specifically, in that band,
he was like the second singer guitar player. So how Adam and Fred would do the back and forth kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly.
A decade under the influence, that singer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. And he was on what is that? Where You Want to Be and Louder Now. Yeah. Those were Fred's two albums. But he's been like my favorite guitarist since.
Did I say Make Damn Sure like that was the name of the album? That was the name of the song, right?
No, the Decade Under the Influence.
I'm like thinking about it. I'm like, yeah. But I also you recommended Color Fred. I love the shit out of that. Yeah. What, like one album that he has or whatever?
Yeah.
It's dude, fucking I listen to it all the time.
I'm so glad. He's been like, it's wild that I've actually talked to him because he's been my favorite guitarist since I listened to Cannon to a Whisper.
Yeah.
Because what was so impactful about their band and that album was that, you know, it was kind of the same thing. So he plays an SG into an 800 and like less gain, kind of like, so like all the guitar parts are like pretty clear.
Yeah.
And
a lot of people think like 800s are like wild, like gain, but they can be, but they can also be like scaled back and be more of that classic plexi-ish kind of thing. Maybe a little bit more modern though. You kind of get the grit that you want, and you have the capability of dialing it in. But people automatically think 800, like that's metal tone. Not really.
Not really on its own. Like the 800 has less bass and a little bit more gain. But like I think the tones that you're thinking, or like what you were saying, people think of are like an 800 with a tube screamer pushing it.
Yeah, or modded 800 even.
Yeah, exactly, modded 800s. But yeah, so that album was recorded with an SG and an 800, and I'm an SG fan.
Yeah.
And I didn't know that, or I didn't connect that until later, but so they were a 3-piece band, and like the way that Fred plays guitar and the way that they wrote songs was like at the first listen, you're like, oh, this is a cool, like kind of like emo proggy kind of like not even proggy, just like a cool emo punk song. And then the more you listen to it, it's you pick up on like the musicianship, like, oh, these people know what they're doing. Because like they'll have pauses in songs that, you know, they'll rest for 1 beat, and then the next time through they'll rest for 2 beats, and then the next time through they'll rest for 3 beats or something like that. Just little things that like,
it's like more thought out shit that's like interesting, not just
exactly, musically interesting.
This is made to be like marketed.
Yeah, exactly. And I think now I've heard Fred say that they were a band for musicians.
Yeah.
So like they played to that crowd, but like it was kind of mind blowing. And like now that sort of playing has influenced me in like, especially like chord shapes.
Yeah.
That Fred does. 'Cause he does this thing where like, he uses the open D string a lot, and it's like major or minor thirds, I think. But they're up an octave. Now that might sound like I know what I'm talking about, but trust me, I do not.
Yeah.
But it's like only sections of a bar chord essentially.
Yeah.
He plays the first and like fourth notes of a bar chord, and that's it.
Okay. Yeah.
And it's stuff like that really, I don't know. It helped me realize like, oh, there are way cooler ways to play these things than just, you know, like standard power chords. Or we were playing like in high school, my band played in drop D, so it would just be, you know, like the first 3 strings are the same fret.
Yeah,
so it's like super simple.
You're like, oh, cool, I can just use a fucking finger and play just one.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So that's my second one. I think that one really helped me kind of progress in my abilities to play.
Yeah.
Or like, you know, just like made me want to get better.
No, that's fucking sick. No, totally. It's like if like a band or artist or like album or whatever can kind of make you like think differently. So it's not just like, this is the most influential in my life. Like I like Gaslight, but I couldn't say that they're maybe the most influential. Especially like, towards the end of Gaslight, I think they kind of just like, and it's like, that's unfortunate. Yeah. Like it's kind of like, I'm like, good that you ended.
Yeah.
You know?
I would agree.
They should have just finished with Handwritten. That was a good one. I like that one.
No, that was a good
really
one.
good one.
Yeah.
And then just like after that, Get Her. Like Jesus Christ. Even the artwork sucked dick.
I just remember the one song where he started singing like, "Her," and I was like, what the hell?
It's like, God
is this?
Damn it. Stop it, you asshole.
It was just like, it was such a departure from what I had heard from them at the time.
Moving to keys, the guitar. I'm like, whatever. It's just like, now I sound like an idiot. Because I'm like, don't change instrument. It's like, whatever they did, they tried ideas and it sucked dick. So anyways, but Gaslight was influential.
Dude, sorry, real quick. For some reason, one of my pet peeves is when when people in bands switch instruments mid-show. And I don't know why. I cannot figure out why I don't like it as much as I don't like it.
No, okay,
but it always just irks me whenever, like, I was watching a Weezer video and the drummer came out and played guitar, and I was like,
and the guitarist played drums.
Well, I think they just got a different drummer or something. And I'm just like, why does he have to?
Or just don't play that fucking song. Exactly. I know, like, I had a friend who was in a local band here. They were, it was like an ex-drummer of ours, but I kind of wanted to be supportive and see them at a local show. And they had he was a pretty good drummer, but he's like the Travis Barker wannabe kind of thing. It's like where it's all like, okay, chill the fuck out.
Overplaying, huh?
Chill the fuck out. Yeah. But he was in this band where he kind of had to be more laid back, whatever. But he had to kind of like, it was like this like kind of pop like keyboard kind of thing, and then like there was like 2 keyboard players, but also guitarist also played keys. It was kind of weird. And then the bass player like played also like synth or something like that. It was like a lot of instruments going on. Like setup time is like good fucking god, especially because they weren't professional about it either. They're like, taking my whole fucking time. I'm taking 30 minutes at a bore. It's like, good god, dude, I need another lager. So, but they had this part of their set where the drummer and bass player were gonna switch. So my friend who played drums was gonna play bass, and the bass player was gonna play drums. And then because they took so long to set up, and they're going, and then the drummer gets up, and the bass player takes off his bass, and then the house music comes on. The guy kicked him off.
Oh, no.
They still had like 3 songs left to play, and then they're like, "I guess we're done." I'm like, "Yeah,
yeah,"
because there was that much of a lull that the sound guy and everybody thought you were done. You like that's a dumb move for a lot of local bands. Don't do that. And I know shows are going to start coming up against. Do not do that.
Load in or like set up as quick as possible.
That, and also don't switch instruments. Like
that too. Yeah.
If you have a song where it's like only the drummer can play bass to this, I'm like, don't play the song.
Just teach the bass player how to play the bass, and then you play the drums.
And it's not even like you're the singer. If like the drummer is like, oh, I'm going to sing a song, then I could understand. Or if you have that much clout that you can do that. It was like Green Day does that, where it's like, I want to be your dominated love slave. Like that's the joke that Trey Cool comes out and plays drums, and then Billy Joe goes, but they're also fucking Green Day, by the way.
Exactly. Yes, they have that.
No house music is going to come on for when they switch. It was like the cringiest thing. Not the cringiest thing, but it was a very cringy thing to watch. You're like, oh. Oof.
Yeah. Ooh.
No, because I know there wasn't that many people there either. And then they looked, and it was also like a drummer we kicked out. So I'm like, oh, we're trying to be on good terms. I'm like, hey, what's up, dude? And he's looked at me like, what the fuck, dude? I'm like, why did you take so long to set up? I was in the crowd and I was pissed.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's not a big thing I like. It's like, just don't switch. Literal members switching instruments, that's the dumbest idea I've ever heard.
I've like for so long I've just had this like pet peeve, and I can't like articulate it in like, I don't know if they're trying to like show off like, ooh, I can play two different instruments.
I'm a multi-instrumentalist. I'm like, a lot of people are.
Yeah, and like I guess my thinking is just like, well, if
every shitty guitarist is a shitty bassist.
Yeah.
If they're given a bass.
Yeah.
So, that's a given.
Yeah. Yeah. And I'm glad that we share that view.
Yeah. All right. Oh, that was a good one. So thanks, Will, he was in a conversation, but I'm like, I'm gonna rip it off and turn it into a topic. You had one, Eric, that you wanted to?
Yeah. So I was watching your Slam Punk video.
Yes.
Which you just put out, and like when the playthrough that you do, you have the guitar in the background, and I was just like, that's just like the coolest freaking guitar, which is the Equits.
Yes.
And that made me think like, well, I want a custom guitar. And then I was like, oh, I could talk to Brian about like, because you were also talking about wanting another custom guitar. Mm-hmm. And so my topic was, if you could pick a custom guitar to get from anyone, money, no object, just like, what would you want to get right now?
Yeah.
Shots fired.
Yeah. Not to like repeat. I mean, maybe I'll give you an honest one and another answer, because I already said it on that episode, I think. It's like I want a Nutter guitar.
Yeah,
and
those are awesome.
Very cool, space agey kind of looks, and the whole way he designed it was like, Brian Nutter was like a session musician.
He got it. He got there.
Session musician, like a guitarist, like touring, or I'm going to a studio, and it was kind of like a thing, like, oh, you don't know really what you're doing when you get there.
Mm-hmm.
You might have to do like, I need some like chicken picking kind of telly stuff, or I need a big rock kind of thing, or I need maybe like a Strat kind of thing, or I need whatever, it's like, or I really need something like jazz mastery kind of, and everybody's like, cool, so I gotta bring fucking like 5 or 6 guitars. It might use one.
Yeah.
Or they'd be like, no, I have a guitar, you just need to play that. He's like,
yeah, exactly.
Fuck, if I could have one that does it all kind of thing. Like, and then it's, you could say like, oh, jack of all trades, master of none kind of thing, but like his guitars don't. I think, is it Astro Captain or the Admiral? I like an asshole because I want the guitar and I still fuck up the name, but it's the one with the 3 pickups, and it has the vibrato system, the tremolo whammy boy there, or whatever you want to call it. It is a fucking sick.
The wiggle stick.
Yeah. The wiggle room, wiggle. He's got it's can, like, honestly, if you had to like pare things down, that could be your one guitar.
Yeah,
it's a very cool look, and it's very unique, and that's kind of one thing I do like about the Equits. It's a unique guitar. There's probably maybe 10 to 15 people that have that model, but not mine, and even 10 to 15 people in the world, maybe more. I don't know. Maybe I don't know how many he's made. I'm talking on my ass now, but not like hundreds have it. Because he's hand building those goddamn things. Yeah,
and most of them probably have 2 pickups, but yours only has 1.
Yep, and none of them have an Evertune. Mine is 100% unique, but it's custom to me. And when I kind of like it, I haven't gotten any flack or any, because my videos aren't like wide reaching yet, maybe, but nobody said like, oh, you're playing a custom guitar, play something that the normal people can play. Because and then people just like, oh, I kind of like just the bridge pickup, because it's like, oh, 1 pickup, fuck it, that's what it's like. I'm obviously a punk guitarist. I'm not gonna be like, well, let's put some noodling.
You're not going to play us blues licks?
Yeah. I got the one. You bend like the 3rd string, and then that's the one note. I bend it up a whole note or whatever. It's it's unique, and then I think it could be eye catching that people are like, I don't know what that is.
Yeah.
And I kind of like that idea about a Nutter too. So that could be a guitar that I'm like, oh, I kind of want just a guitar that can do it all. Because my Equits I love the shit out of it, and I haven't had a need yet to use other pickups, but maybe having the option could be cool, and to have something unique and fun. So maybe I went a little bit more into it. But a Nutter. Admiral or Astro, whatever the fuck.
I think it's Astro Captain.
Astro Captain, yeah.
Because it's got it's got 3 humbuckers, but
that he makes.
But each of them can be like split.
Yes.
And probably, I think, phase reversed or something like that. It's like super in depth.
So many switching options, and it actually is pretty intuitive. Because I've played it several times at NAMM, and I'm like, God damn, I want one. And he's like doing the same type of thing as Kevin. It's like handmade. Yeah. And he makes the pickups too. It would be a thing too. Insane. Even though I put my favorite pickup in my Equits, I would probably have him make them. Like, okay, you know what you're doing. It's your guitar. I kind of want to maybe just pick the color, and then you do the rest. Yeah. But what about you? If you could do a custom guitar, custom instrument, or maybe custom amp, what would you do?
I have been lusting over this guitar for months now. Yeah. So I have my Parts Build Jazzmaster, which is like a tribute to my dad, his Jazzmaster, which it's pretty much meant to be identical, only lefty. In the same fashion, my dad also had a Mustang, and Justin Abernathy from Abernathy Guitars posted this red what he called the Duosonic Empress, which is it's a solid body guitar, of course, offset in his Sonic Empress fashion, but it's got two of the Duosonic pickups and the two switches that like in a Mustang or Duosonic. I think the Mustang is just the vibrato version of the Duosonic, but it's the same sort of layout. It's in red, and it's got like this cream pickguard, and I saw it and I was like, oh my gosh, that's what I want for that specific guitar. And that's been my I've been looking at that picture at least once a day for the past like month or so.
Yeah,
maybe two.
Let's that'd be that. I think I need to check out more of those guitars. Sounds like super familiar. I gotta check.
I'm gonna send you a picture right now.
Yeah, I'll have to check it out. Damn, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, it's like it's Offset, and apparently I'm just a huge Offset fan now. Yeah. Like, because I've got like 4 or 5 different Offset guitars.
I was trying to run like a list in my head. You have a lot of guitars, right?
I do. I would say it's a problem, but it's not.
Well, yeah,
I'm okay. I'm fine.
If it is, it's a good problem to have.
Yeah, but like I just love. So I love the Offset shape that he has, but also he has this like this finishing style, like the finish of the guitar is similar-ish to Novo, where like the wood grain shines through.
Oh yeah, okay.
Like
you can see, got it.
You can see the pattern of the wood grain, but you like not the actual wood grain. Like it's a solid
through
color.
The paint. Yeah, almost like it's super thin paint. Yeah. I mean, I'll have to try and post this picture, but yeah, or something like it is fucking sick. You're right. It's like more like an extreme kind of Mustang.
Yes, exactly. And
it's like a Mustang if you like you grab the corner of a picture without like making it bigger, but just kind of stretching it out.
Yeah, you accidentally held the shift control and it only took one corner of it.
Yeah, or if you held it out in the sun for a little bit and it started like melting like an ice cream cone or something like that.
Yeah, exactly.
It's rad. Yeah, it's like a more extreme for sure.
Yeah, I saw it and immediately I fell in love. And the picture that I sent you is actually one that I reversed.
Okay,
because he has not made a left-handed version of any of his guitars yet, and I would like to be the first.
Hell yeah, that'd be awesome.
I want number 1.
It means nothing really.
It doesn't.
I do like to say that I'm the first and only one to have an Evertune Equitz.
Yes, and in a similar fashion, that's amazing. I don't want to take that away from you because that is awesome. But I have the Rocket Retro that I use, the Super Lead. It's actually number 1. I got the first 100-watt version.
Oh shit,
that he made.
You got it directly, or was it like?
No, I got it directly from him.
Oh yeah, that's awesome.
I like discovered him, and Kev is his name, and he's a super cool guy. He called me because I emailed him like, "Hey, what's the price on this?"
Yeah.
And I mentioned that I had an old Super Lead that I want to replace, and he's like, "Well, I could give you a 50, but I'm also in the process of making a 100.
Yeah.
And so like if you wanted, you could have number 1." And I can't say no to that.
It's like number 1 dad.
Yeah, exactly.
What is it? Seinfeld. Like, number 1 dad? You think you're number 1 dad? Look what I got here. World's greatest dad. That means best in the world. That's better than number 1. Now, I don't know how official any of these rankings are. World's greatest dad. Number 1, signing off. So I need to get you a number 1 dad shirt or number 1 amp shirt or something like that.
Yeah, number 1 amp. Yeah. You can have number 1 guitar or number 1 Evertune.
Yeah, that's what I need. Where it's like 2 sizes too small, and we're just like wearing a baby blue shirt.
Yeah.
But I got a buddy who's a Seinfeld, fan for sure. We always send memes back and forth. He was so excited to be a dad because he's like, I can finally wear this shirt. He has the, like a mocker, like a number 1 dad from the Seinfeld episode shirt. And he got a size too small, so it's just like, it's not as funny because the dude is ripped, but it would be funnier if he was out of shape. But he's like, I wear this when I go to my my jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
Number 1 dad coming through. I think maybe like a not maybe just a passing one besides the Nutter. I think I would definitely go for the Nutter. I always wanted a hollow body. And I don't know if I would ever use it, but I definitely did like the Gower guitars, the Super Chief.
Yes.
So it's kind of like
that's like the Explorer style ish thing, right?
No, it's definitely it's like a hollow body or semi hollow, but it's like an offset version of it.
Oh, no, okay. I'm thinking of a different.
And he does a bunch of cool ones. So I think just one of those in a wacky color, because he seems to do Gower guitars. They seem to do like weird colors and finishes and shit like that. So any one of those, probably not with a vibrato, but those are also very, very expensive. So
hella expensive.
Don't even use ones. I'm like, I don't think I would ever get one of those. But I would like. I mean, if we're talking about like, I could just get one.
Yeah.
Nutter first, Gower second.
They're really awesome. They made that the Titan series.
Yeah.
That Titan guitar looked really cool.
Yeah, no, they're awesome. They're actually a let me borrow one. Flippin' Flippers Co. Schneider. They're very shout out. Very comfortable guitars. It's like your basic. It's like he kind of picked like the easiest things to make, but made in California, and like you know just piece it together, and like the body or like the hardware on it, it's really easy to change out. The pickups are really easy to change out, and that's kind of I don't know. I think that's pretty fucking cool. So
yeah. And they're local to you, right? Or like kind of local? They're in California.
They're more Northern California. So
they're in California, so you're pretty much neighbors.
So yeah.
That was my logic.
A lot of people, no.
Speaking of which, Abernathy is in California, so why don't you just run over and say, hey, make Eric a guitar.
Yeah, can you just drive over there? I'm like, it could be 9 to 10 hours away. You're in California, it's the same shit, right?
Yeah. It's not a huge state.
Yeah. Anyways. No, that was a great topic. I love it. But
thank you.
I don't know, maybe you know, one of these days we'll get our like another custom guitars or our custom guitars of our dreams.
Yes, I have my eye on that one. I will get it someday.
So, I think we're coming up on actually overtime here. It's like we didn't even. I don't know.
We're going into OT.
OT, baby.
Sports reference. I'm very good at sports ball.
Yeah. Pop fly right into the end zone. Eric, thank you so much for, helping me out, joining me on the episode.
Dude, thank you for having me.
Just riffing, just talking. And like we
riffing.
Yeah, we riffing, baby. So, okay. If people want to check you out, you got a lot of stuff, and I want you to plug it all. Where can people check your YouTube out, your pedal company, ELM Effects?
ELM Effects,
or ELM or whatever. That's how you spell it. They can check out the podcast. They could check out your Instagram.
Yeah.
Well, plug it away. Give me the plugs, baby.
Okay. If you're on YouTube, you can go to youtube.com/Eric Merrow. That's where all the demo videos and everything live. I'm on Instagram at the same thing. So at Eric Merrow. The pedal company is ELM Effects. That's at ELM EFF. ECTS. ELM Effects.
It's fucking stupid. ELM Effects. And you never corrected me. Fuck. Whatever. I felt like the biggest dipshit this morning.
Yeah, good, man.
It never crossed my mind, to be honest with you, that it's ELM. How stupid am I? Anyways, go on, yeah.
No, it was like, dude, my initials spell ELM, but you can also say ELM.
Like, whoa! Mine. I'm freaking out. I'm shook.
Got it.
You just break my ankles. Ugh. I fall on the ground.
But yeah, ELM. Yeah, I almost did it. ELM Effects. Check out the Skybridge. They're in stock right now. You can go to elmeffects.com. Or ericmerrow.com.
Yeah. And then you got a video that we're gonna hit you up on. We're gonna collab on a video for that pedal.
Oh yeah. I'm excited about that. And you can also so many things. You can check out the podcast if you want. It's an audio-based pedal demo, essentially. It's called the Pedal Demo Podcast. I also talk to the builders of the pedals.
Yep. So whatever you're listening to this on, you can check it out too.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and that I mean, you can just search my name. I'm sure I'm there.
Yeah. He's really easy to talk to. So ask him your camera questions.
Yeah. If you have camera questions, DM me.
Yeah.
I also started a Discord server where like people like I have a video section where right now it's just me nerding out about camera gear by myself.
Yeah, I had to join it.
So,
I'm not the best Discorder, but I'll have to join it.
I mean, you're welcome, because you're welcome to join.
Mm-hmm.
I want to nerd out about camera gear.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, I'll link all this shit in the description so you guys can check it out wherever you're listening or watching this. And then, yeah, thanks so much, Eric. Yet again.
Thank you.
And then just wanted to say thank you for tuning in to the Tone Jerks podcast. If you like what you hear, you can follow along on social media. We're on Facebook. We have a Facebook group linked in the description. We have an Instagram at the Tone Jerks. We're posting cool shit on the reg there. And then we have a YouTube channel. You can go there. I'm trying to do my 1 video a month, maybe 2 a month, double down over there. But if you really like what you hear, you can help support the show on Patreon for as little as $1 a month. But if you double down for $2 a month, you get an RSS feed, with bonus episodes every week. You get all the bonus content from the past. There's over, I think, like 160, maybe 170 bonus episodes. Sometimes we do bonus episodes over there. You get the RSS feed, a whole separate podcast to your favorite podcatcher. Eric recently learned how to do that. It's a lot of
Mr. Tech Wizard,
a lot of
here,
content over there, right?
Mm-hmm. Oh, so much.
Yeah. Got the juicy stuff behind the paywall over there on the Patreon.
Yeah.
I like it. It's a totally different podcast. It's a lot of fun to do both. But we did a podcast, Kyle. We did the test and it worked out. So Kyle will be on the Patreon one this week, but he'll join us next week back for the main one. Anyway, just for the support, we wanted to give you all a huge shout out, a sizable acknowledgement. I got a list over here, and I'm gonna give it to you, baby. So we got Andrew Walsh from Andrew's Alcove. I got Adam Rohr from the Let 'Em Hear podcast. I got Abe Newman. I got Michael Newman. I got Nicholas Payson, Nicholas Ogburn, Doug King, Doug Christ from 37. I'm reading Kyle's. I gotta rewrite this myself, or I can type it.
Can you say it in like a more Kyle tone, like a really low voice?
Good Doug Chris from 37 Effects over there. He's also from the Just Surprise Me podcast.
Yes.
Yeah. I need a sub kick for my voice. That's what I need. He could say it for me, and I think everybody has their own way of like, my handwriting is totally legible. His is
to yourself.
Really shitty. Actually, mine's pretty shitty too. And I'm looking at, like, I do have like little notes of like topics that we're writing, and my O's look like U's. So I'm talking shit on him, but I can talk shit hey, I'm talking shit on myself too. Anyway, the list.
Speaking of Patreon, we talking shit over there.
Talking shit all the goddamn day over there. You got Joe from Like My Pedals and Just Surprise Me. You got Will Lehue with the topics from the Just Surprise Me podcast. All Chris, O'Rourke. We got Lehue, all from Just Surprise Me. The boys over there, the Jism boys. We got Rom Yorn. We got Jamie Davis. We got Johnny Ray, Johnny Two Guns over there. Jason Fuzzmonger. Steve Mike from Hardly Human. We got Steve Rao from 60 Cycle Hum, the guitar podcast. We got Colin Smith. We got Kevin Equitz from Equitz Guitars. We got Co Schneider from the Flippin' Flippers podcast. I don't give Kyle enough credit for this. It's so,
dude, you read all day on your phone, or like I read all day on my phone. The first time I have to read out loud, I'm like, well,
I feel like I'm reading.
I can't do this.
I feel like I'm reading. How do you reading in front of the class here? I'm like, and I just like piss myself at my house.
Peeing your pants is cool. Call me.
That's the grossest thing I've ever heard in my life. We got Alvaro Viramontes. We got Brian from Nutter Guitars. We got Mel Chipson from Chipson Guitars. We've got Sean Arbo from Gun Street Wiring Shop. We got Sean Wright at Lollygagger Effects. We got Juan Ortiz from Tone Hungry Effects. You know what? You didn't have it on here. Sean Fahey. Maybe Kyle, you know what? You get a fucking demerit for that. We got Sean Fahey over there. I easily could rewrite these again.
You can. I think there's a function where you can print out like the list of.
Yeah, you can also like type it. Anyways, but still, if I can shit on Kyle, might as well do it.
It's the principle of everything.
It's the principality of the whole thing. And Sean Fahey, Sean Wright at Lollygagger Effects, Juan Ortiz at Tone Hungry Effects. We got Mike Oxbig and Huge Erection. the boys, with the noise, bringing the heat is over there. We got Zach Hale, and we got Eric Merrow from fucking ELM Effects.
ELM Effects.
I'm never not gonna say that.
Yeah,
Eric Merrow, and then
that's me.
That's me. Scott Hamilton from the Effects Loop podcast. We got Tim Noack from Bardic Audio Devices. We got Jonathan Jebrzuk from 12th Hour Devices. And we have Tyler Rhines from KC's Riff Room on Instagram. Check them all out. We, love you. Actually, well, Eric, one more time. Thank you so much.
Dude, thank you.
We will see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.